just going to run. Hello, Casselberry. Bill Allen here. And we're going to have a quick 5 to 10 minute interview with a gentleman named Craig Tull. Craig is a local Casselberry resident, and he is running for Commissioner of Casselberry for seat number 1. That would be Susan Dorner's seat. The reason Craig is running is very interesting. I've had an opportunity to talk to Craig, and he's running not because he wants to be a politician. He has no aspirations whatsoever to be in the political realm. He simply wants to hold our commissioners accountable for their actions. He's had enough experience with the commissioners to really have an intelligent voice behind what he's doing. Craig has sat in every, or almost every, single commissioners meeting for the last 4 years and has DVDs recording every single meeting that he's been to for those 4 years, hundreds of them. He has witnessed some pretty terrible stuff on our commission. He's witnessed commissioners getting out of control, commissioners saying things they should never have said, and he's not using this in a negative format against them, but he's just had enough. And he's sitting here with me listening to me talk for a minute, but I just would like everybody to try your hardest to ask yourself, are you really happy with the direction this city is going? I'm sure you've noticed the cobblestone streets that we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that are coming loose right in front of us. I ride a motorcycle. I see these blocks laying in the street when I go by of money that came out of our tax dollars to put in there that we're probably going to have to pave back over someday. I see trees that we've planted that we decided weren't the best trees after thought, and then went out and pulled the trees up and replanted new trees at our expense. And I mean, everything from a lake closure that their primary reason for closing the lake was we were attracting outsiders to the lake. Well, I was an outsider on that lake 20 years ago, and since then have bought 2 houses and a business in this city. And what attracted me to the city was the lake. So if you think about it, we put so much time and effort into passing ordinances that we've really put no time and effort into researching if it's the right thing to do or not. And Craig's had enough of all of that. So he's a gentleman from Missouri. He's a farm boy that just wants to do the right thing, and really I stand behind him completely and think it's time that we hold our city commissioners accountable for their actions. And please do your research and show up August 24th and vote for Craig Tull. And this is Craig right here, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. Craig, in your own words, tell us the main reason why you're inspired to be a commissioner in Casselberry.
It all started 4 years ago with Mr. Goff contacting me about the parking ordinance, that they were going to basically run a lot of people that drove work trucks for a living out of our community because of aesthetics. I asked them, okay, if you're going to run us out of the city, how is it going to be a benefit to us? How's it being an improvement? Why, it's going to increase our property values due to aesthetics. And I said, well, can you show me something? 4 years later, they have yet to show me any real any real value to their decision. In the meantime, I've shown them where, by restricting the businesses, we've caused so many problems in the neighborhoods. People that used to rely on their neighbors for a little help now and then. For example, I've got a guy that used to be a plumber that lived right across from me. I've got an electrician on the same street. There's a gentleman that does power washing at the end of the street. There's a guy that takes care of home aquariums. But because they run their trucks out of the community, it's made a hardship for them. These people are employed. They have a tax. They're paying their taxes. They're sustaining our tax base. And when you start infringing on their rights, they're going to look to go somewhere else.
So basically, that's just one issue of what I've said for a long time. That it seems like our Casselberry commissioners, I have nothing against non-business owning people. I have nothing against housewives. I have nothing against somebody that that just needs to be doing something to stay busy. But we don't have any experience. We don't have any true experience in this city on the commission from a business owner. We don't have any true experience that, I mean, the only thing that we're good at is being politicians. And we need somebody. You've worked for Bright House Cable for 10 years. You're a working man just like I am. And this is a blue collar town, and we don't need a city enforced homeowners association. We're not Winter Park, and we're not going to be Winter Park. And if changing so many little, like, cobblestones and fountains and trees and all of this beautiful stuff it's still not going to make Casselberry anything more than it already is. And its residents are hard-working people that don't drive BMWs and Volvos and eat quiche and go to brunch.
Well,
We're just hard-working guys.
The question I have is, they spent all the money that they did on the roundabout, all that money on the dress-up in front of Target, which it's a pretty decoration, but it's not designed for a high-speed traffic area. What could they have repaired in the process of spending
What streets that we're already known about having problems with that we haven't done? And there's so many questions like that that need to be answered. And unless we put somebody behind that desk that really does care about doing the right thing, we're always going to be putting up with these frivolous things that we're doing just to spend money that's in a budget. And it's absolutely crazy, guys. So please do your research. Research Craig Tull. He's a man that's going to hold them accountable, and that's what we really do need. And I'm saying this from my heart, and it's a dangerous thing that I'm doing. Being a business owner in the city of Casselberry, I could be putting myself out there and jeopardizing my income. But I really need everybody to try your hardest to do your research and pay attention to what's going on. Go to a commission meeting. Actually see what's going on back there. You know, they put a timer. I'm going to end with this, people. They put a timer in the commission meeting of 3 minutes to the residents because the complaining has gotten so out of control and so many people are lined up to complain about the decisions the commissioners are making. They've put a little beeper in there that says, enough is enough, go sit down. And if you don't sit down, they put you in jail. So they actually escort you out, and if you fight, you resist arrest, you go to jail. So really, if we have to be policed in order to go to a meeting, maybe there's something wrong with the decision makers here. You know, like I went to a Longwood Commission meeting, and it was beautiful. It was like Mayberry. The people were getting up and sharing the love with the mayor, and what a wonderful job he did on this, and I mean, it was a 1 hour long meeting of appreciation, recognition, and praise. And then I go to my meeting, and it's a 4 hour problem, not even solving problems, just rehashing issues over and over again about silliness that homeowners associations are supposed to deal with, and the true valuable things that we really need to be focused on are back-burnered forever. After this election, I promise you, all of the stuff that's hidden right now, we're going to come to the surface, and we're going to have to move our trucks, and we're going to have to approve permits for all the driveway modifications that we've made, and it's all going to hit the fan. But it's terrible that we live, and then it's going to. What my point was we're going to get a whole bunch of new people that are going to go up to the commissioners and scream about the decisions that they made once again. Guys, it's a vicious cycle we got to stop. Put somebody in there that's not a politician, that's going to hold people accountable for their decisions and not let them get away with so much. Let's just, I mean, he's not going to cure anything, but let's put a Band-Aid on it for now. Let's try to stop a little bit of the bleeding. This is Bill Allen, Craig Tull. Please look him up. He's the real deal, and he is a servant of us. He's going there to help us. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Well,